on to our next day of focusing on this concept of navigating your pain, working on different ranges of motion that you might encounter some issues with. So we've talked about your shoulders, we talked about your back, and today we're going to talk about the hips. So if you're listening for the first time or watching, this is the first video you're seeing out of the series, essentially we're taking 3 exercises. Your goal is to complete these exercises every day for the rest of the month to help stimulate a change in a problem area that you're having. So instead of just allowing this problem to continue to grow, you're trying to take the step forward, implement these exercises on a daily basis for the remainder of the month, and hopefully we can drive this little bit of change to get you out of that state of pain, or at least get you to a point where you can operate a little bit more smoothly throughout your month and throughout your training, and get to the point of performance where you can move forward. So the first exercise here, I posted this one for Master Swimming a few months ago. You're starting with everything stacked. Your hands are under your shoulders, knees are under your hips. You're driving your leg back, and as you do so, really turning on that glute. And then you're swinging that leg around nice and high, back out and down. So we're really working on getting a full range of motion through your hip. I like even putting a medicine ball out to the side, so I really have to focus on driving around that medicine ball. And you're going to go for 6 slow repetitions on each side, really controlling that range of motion. And you'll feel your hip just working through that socket, working through that range of motion throughout the process. The second one you're going to do is we're going to talk about this kneeling hip flexor stretch. So oftentimes I'll see people really just trying to arch forward into this stretch. If you're having to arch really hard into this stretch, you're kind of defeating that purpose. You're not really working that hip range of motion. So what I want you to think about doing is get to this position here, squeeze your glute, and that's going to help really drive that hip stretch. When you're trying to really push forward and dig in this way, you're not getting as much value out of it. So I like kind of having my hand here on my glute, focus on squeezing. You'll feel that tailbone tuck, and you'll get that nice stretch in your hip flexor. That's actually targeting the area you want to versus kind of just stretching through here. So again, one more time, squeeze the glute, feel that tuck of the tailbone, get that stretch. I want you to do a 20-second hold, 10-second rest. You're going to do 3 repetitions on each side of that. So we got that hip circuit, that nice big range of motion. We got that hip flexor stretch. And the last one, you're going to start with a 90-degree angle in your front knee, a 90-degree angle in this back knee, or a little bit more here. So opening up, getting that nice 90-degree position, and then you're trying to sit up nice and tall. You're already going to feel, if you're tense throughout your hips, this is already going to be getting a little bit of your groin. Keeping this knee close to the ground might be a little bit of a challenge for you. And then what you're going to do is you're going to rotate one way, pause for a split second, rotate the other way, pause for a split second. You're going to do 6 pauses on each side. Nice steady rotation. This is really going to open up those hips, get you a little rotation in there as well. And then once you do one side, you're going to switch and do the same thing on the other side. These 3 exercises are all going to target your hips a little bit differently and help provide you some necessary range of motion and break up a lot of that tension you might experience in your hip flexor and areas around your hip as well. So again, if this is an area that challenges you, this is something where you always feel tight throughout your hips, I challenge you to say "I'm in" the comments below, and then implement these 3 exercises for the remainder of the month. It's only going to take you 5-10 minutes to do so, and let's start stimulating that change, because with high quality movement we can fix a lot of these pain problems that we're experiencing.